Good evening, lamb chops. It is I, your favorite fluffy vampire, Bluma. How we doing? Doing good, I hope, on this Monday night. Did y'all excited for book club? Hell yeah, book club. Phone's almost dead. We'll be on computer soon. Aight. We got Jose, Harusu, Hamuffin, Hamango. I'm excited to get into this, as usual. Doing well? Good. Last time, what was going on? Right, we kind of rolled into town. We're a detective right now. And, what was it? Oishi was like, hey, I can introduce you to an informant, give you some info. And we kind of let it slip what we're in Hinamizawa investigating. It's time to get right to it, yeah? Yeah. You'll be lurking, going to a music store in a bit. Aight, sounds good. Thanks for lurking. Waking up in a cheap hotel in the city was by no means pleasant. I remembered even during the long camping trips we had during our grade school. I wanted to get home quickly, counting out the days left on my fingers. Waking up this morning, I was somehow reminded of that. Was it a need to be with my wife when she gave birth? A particular kind of homesickness? As a productive member of society, as a public servant bound to fulfill his duties, it was pathetic indeed. Those negative emotions faded as I downed my breakfast, which was surprisingly not half bad. You sound tired. You tired? Maybe a little bit. I don't mean to. I'm sorry. Maybe a little tired. The meeting with the informant that Oishi had provided would be tonight. Until then, I couldn't just be lazing around. Greetings. Hi, Antimatter. Hi. Sound cute? Aw, shucks. Thanks. The Onikakushi Defense Alliance was protesting the dam's construction in various ways. Included in this was a strategy for improving public relations, which could be categorized into two major forms, combative and peaceful. In regards to the former, as an attempt to keep law enforcement in check, they appealed to the public's sympathy by highlighting the oppressive and inhumane tactics of the police and the brutality of the riot squads. The latter peaceful route stressed how precious the natural surroundings of Hinamizawa was, seeking people who would oppose the dam on environmental grounds. As a part of that, the village of Hinamizawa had invited celebrated zoologists and botanists, as well as environmental groups, to advise their nature surrounding the town. According to the news, in recent years there had been a group calling themselves Hinamizawa Nature Watching, setting up free sightseeing tours. I would have liked to have taken advantage of the opportunity, but when I called the village administrative offices, they responded that it was too late to put in an application for the tour, and they were still undecided as to when they'd be doing another one. I see. So there's no applications for next time. Too bad. Are you a member of the environmental group? Or maybe somebody from a magazine? No, I'm just here privately. Privately? You're a tourist? Something like that. It's my hobby to take pictures that display how beautiful nature can be. I read in a magazine that there were some precious nature reserves here, so I was really looking forward to it. I knew there was an article that had something like that written on it, but I hadn't actually read it. Was an ad-lib lie not going to work? However, contrary to my expectations, the person I was speaking to laughed happily. Wahaha! Then come! The village is a little busy right now, but you're totally welcome here. In that case, I'll graciously accept the offer, thank you. How are you getting around? Car? If that's the case, could I ask for the license plate number? Oh, no, there's no alternative motive behind that. That was probably related to the checkpoints they'd set up on the way to the village. If I didn't give them my license plate number, I'd most likely be hindered in various ways. I thought about using the car I'd borrowed from the prefecture, but I was lost on whether it was okay to tell them the plate number. If the Onikakushi Defense Alliance was behind this incident, there was no guarantee that they wouldn't be able to find out who I was. I had to play it safe, so I elected to refrain from using the car. No, actually, I'm not using a car. If there's a bus or something, I'd prefer that. Well, we do have a bus, actually. The route is going to be discontinued soon, though. You can take that. It departs from Okinomiya Station. Oh, thank you very much. I'll look out for it. Oh, when will you be coming? Is it your first time in Hinamizawa? If it is, You must be unsure of a lot of things. If you let me know, I can have somebody show you around. Oh no, I couldn't ask so much of you. Don't worry about it. That's just a bit of PR we do to protect the nature around the village. Judging by what I saw at the checkpoint, the villagers were at very least wary of outsiders. Oh, hi. Hello, welcome, Muffin. Hello. That's why in order to move in and out of the village freely, I had to travel with somebody like Oishi or side with the dam protesters. Having an interest in the natural environment surrounding the village tied into a peaceful type of PR that the village was using. I was a bit against having a watchdog attached to me, but that might actually work out in my favor. The entire village would be fired up about the dam protests, so I might be lucky enough to hear some especially candid opinions from the residents. I forget whose POV we're seeing now. I forget his name. Akatsuka? No. It's something like that. We're basically a operative detective from Tokyo, here to investigate whether the Hinamizawa gangs kidnapped the Prime Minister's son. That's what we're seeing right now, is the detective's point of view. Given that, there was no real reason for me to refuse the offer. Is it really alright? If so, that'll really help. After that, I was shown by the bus schedule and directed to which bus I should get on. So, a new chapter, yes? Yeah, this is chapter 2 of the 4th book. Oof. Back and I realized I forgot to say hello to Animator Mega. Oh, it's okay, Jose. Somebody could come meet me at the bus stop in the village. After showing me around a spot I'd taken interest in, there was no doubt they'd bring me to somewhere like an anti-dam information center. Then, over a cup of tea, they'd try to indoctrinate me into accepting their principles and beliefs. Well, if that was their aim, there'd be a lot of freebies involved. The world is about to give and take, after all. I couldn't be going in a suit. I pulled some plain clothes out of my travel case and changed into something more casual. After that, after calming down by watching some local television, I left the hotel and set out for Okinomiya Station. The bus route that I was told would soon be discontinued certainly didn't look that way. There was more than enough trips on the schedule, and the number of passengers was by no means sparse. It was a main link to Okinomiya, the only town in the area. The types of passengers that stood out were older folk who didn't look like they could drive, or housewives who didn't seem like they had a license. If the area was submerged at the bottom of the lake, it wouldn't matter if there was a bus route. That's why it was going to be discontinued, in the unnatural scheme of things. I could catch a glimpse of the government's intent in cutting off the means of transportation to bully the village into emptying out sooner. It makes sense. According to the documents, talks between the Ministry of Construction and the locals broke down quite early. The government decided from the start to take an aggressive stance on the matter. It was like a fairy tale with the north wind and the sun trying to get the traveler to remove his cloak. Even their bullying has meaning to it. The reason why the Onikakushi Defense Alliance resisted so violently was because the government was doing unseemly things like that. It was somebody who lived in Tokyo, so for the village or two out in the boonies like this, to be submerged didn't seem like a big deal. But I guess for somebody actually living here, it would be virtually a vitally huge problem. No duh. This route would be discontinued Thank you for your patronage up to this point. We look forward to your continued patronage of our other lines. Transportation. Gazing lazily at the notice discontinued service posted inside the bus, I counted down the number of stops until the designated one. Along the way, we passed through the checkpoint without stopping. They knew what time the bus was coming, so they had opened up the barricade ahead of time. From here on out was enemy territory. My palms had at some point become coated in a thin film of sweat. Now arriving at Ukita Waterworks. Are there any passengers disembarking? I hurriedly pressed the stop request button at the designated stop was announced. For none of the numerous passengers to be getting off meant there must have been a remote place. Ooh. In actuality, the stop I got off was so abnormally run down that I could tell it was barely used. As soon as I stepped out, an intense atmosphere completely different than the interior of the bus assailed my body. Yo, Boom with that censor voice. Hell yeah, I've been practicing. Right now, Oishi and Motodai weren't beside me. That's right. At present, I was alone in the middle of enemy territory. My adversaries probably thought I was just an ordinary tourist, but that was nothing more than a ruse. But if by some mistake my true identity was exposed, it brought back the terrifying words I had heard at the prefectural office, that if somebody was attacked in Hinamizawa with a knife, there wouldn't be any evidence left behind. I didn't seem suspicious, did I? My clothing was currently casual. It was exactly the type of clothing that a city slicker that viewed the countryside as a wholesome getaway would wear. A camera and a knapsack. Inside were various things I needed for hiking. It was still only June, and maybe it was unusual, but the sun was shining down like it had already been the middle of the summer. The fact that I didn't bring a hat must seem odd. Nah, it wasn't something that was to be concerned about. It's all right. I'm just a normal tourist. Just normal. Was there anything suspicious about me? Asking that, as I turned around to look at the bus that was departing. All the passengers by the window were staring down at me, silently. They were staring right at me, as if they had seen right through my proud little outfit, just staring, looking down on me. Countless stares rained down like needles on me from the window open to the air out the bus. All that rained down were stares. None of them were saying a word. But all the more, their silent stares told me more than a million words ever could. Hurry up and get back to Tokyo, you outsider. No, There was no reason for me to speak. My quiet voice was drowned out by the sound of the engine. The bus, as if to torment me, set out slowly, and after doing more than enough to intimidate me, sped off. A thin film of sweat began to rise from my entire body. According to the documents, it was a village that seemed wary of outsiders. Its population was small as well. If they saw an unfamiliar face, they would be quick to identify the face as an outsider. On top of that, nobody else had gotten off at this stop. It was a bus stop that they normally just passed by. Somebody actually getting off here. There was no doubt that it had drawn some attention. But this wasn't a slip-up. They were the ones who directed me to get off at this stop. There was nothing to worry about. I knew that if I was just nervous, since this was my first undercover assignment, my more seasoned colleagues referred to us as the new generation that didn't know how to lose their cool. But that wasn't true at all. Whew. In order to calm my breathing down, I exhaled an unpleasant air residing in the pit of my stomach. I couldn't help but pray on my apprehensions would disappear, like the white clouds of the exhaust expelled from the bus. There was a small shed that was here to serve as shelter if it rained, and it was there that I decided to wait. Inside the shed, one wall was plastered with posters advertising the dam opposition efforts. It was like the heartfelt screams of the villagers were recorded on that wall. Inside that shelter, I felt an inexplicable pressure. It wasn't like I had any real relation to the dam project, but it still made me feel hesitant about being inside there. There was just how filled the force of denial that space was hidden. And inside that uneasy space was a girl. Inside that shed, covered in the words written in broad brushstrokes, berating the police policies regarding the dam and calling for action, there was a girl, sitting there with a drowsy gaze as if she was half asleep. The two images clashed so much that I could only stand there dumbfounded for a moment, trapped in such surreal environment. If I stepped inside, who knew what kind of oafish noises I would accidentally make? I couldn't be disturbing this girl's slumber like that. Having thought this, I gave up on entering the shed. It was just a sleeping kid, so why was I so worked up about it? And finally I realized, this girl, to us as a married couple, was very image of our ideal child. Even after numerous examinations at the hospital, we didn't know for sure if our child's gender was. Whether we could tell if it was a boy or a girl was, in the end, dependent on whether or not we could get the image of the genitalia. There was, of course, no guarantee that it was a girl, but with the way things were, the possibility was high. Even so, Yuki had been saying that the chances of it being a boy and girl were even. But in my heart, I had already decided that our coming child was going to be a girl. Since the day I decided that until now, it was so fun to imagine how our child would grow up. I just couldn't help myself. Amongst those were numerous imaged forms. The one that I thought would be the most ideal had materialized right in front of me. Of course, a little of it was due to the circumstances. In my ideal image, her hair would be short on the shorter side. The girl in front of me, though, had long hair. It was almost as if somebody had taken my ideal and made some small adjustments. It certainly wasn't something unpleasant. Even so, I felt like I was sullying her just by looking at her like that. She had an immaculate, no, a divine aura about her. That girl with an angelic smile and a yawn wide enough that you could see her molars woke up all of a sudden. I didn't mean to peep, but locking eyes with a girl who had just woken up like this, it somehow made me feel like I was playing a prank on her. I wasn't doing anything shady, but I just became flustered. The girl spoke. No, cried out. Meep. Meep? Like that character on the show with the puppets? The one with orange hair? I thought it was just one of those greetings kids do. So in order to prove I wasn't a suspicious person, I responded in kind. Meep. Meep? Meep? The girl stared at me dubiously, with a doll-like expression, cute but cold and hard to read. Well, I shouldn't be surprised. Meep, yeah, I feel that. There was, after all, an unfamiliar man right in front of her, and when she woke up, who responded with Meep when she said the same. Meep, yeah, meep meep. Suspicious? She definitely thought I was. Meep. 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 10 out of 10 writing, yeah. Whoops. We were both at a loss for words. No, the only one lost was me. The girl in front of me, as inquiring about my motives, stared at me intently. In this silence, I felt like I was the one who had to say something first. Damn it. This girl was way better at interrogating somebody than Oishi. I'm not anybody suspicious. I'm... Nipa! Nipa? Nipa! What I could have only described as a cold expression suddenly blossomed into a smile, one that soon infected me. You might be familiar with the term angelic smile. To me, it was like that phrase was created just to describe the kind of smile she gave me. The girl smiling was saying Nipa probably wanted me to return the favor in kind. Nipa. That's right. This was a kid's form of communication. Having the other person emulate what you just did was a rudimentary form of mutual understanding. Again, 10 out of 10. Exactly. It's so good, man. The writing. Oh. Nipa! Nipa! It was a beautiful afternoon in the early summer. What was I doing? Nipa! Nipa! Well, whatever. This was interesting in its own way. If making somebody happy with just a smile was the work of the angels, then this girl was definitely one of them. I couldn't help but pray that my own child, who was soon to be born, would grow up to be like this girl. That strangely gentle moment was finally brought to the end of the arrival of a car. Is she like a Pokemon? Bruh. Cinematic. Exactly. Bro, what was I doing again? Bro was just like me, for real, for real. Yeah, no. I feel that. I feel that. An older person waved at me from the driver's seat, a dry smile plastered on their face. Hi there, good afternoon. Sorry for being late. You're the tourist who phoned yesterday, right? Huh? Oh, yes. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I'm running a little behind because of the farm. Hop right in. It looks like the weather isn't going to hold up for much longer, so I'll show you around really quick. Huh? The weather? It changes fast around here. There'll probably be an evening showers again today. If that happens, you won't be able to take any pictures. Come on, get in. Get in. Beep. Turning around, the girl was standing right behind me with an intrigued expression. Her body language somehow reminded me of a stray cat that followed you around after you played with it a little bit. So charming. Well, if it isn't Rika-chama! Praise be, praise be! Nipa! A girl named Rika with an immaculate smile and an old man praising her while rubbing prayer beads in his hands. It was a rather mysterious sight to behold. Are you going to work, Oh, sorry. I gotta remember what I did for Rika's voice. Are you going to... Wait, that wasn't it. Are you going to work, Makino? Well, it's not exactly work per se. I was asked by the mayor to show around a youngin' who just came to the village for sightseeing. Ah, a youngin' who came to the village for sightseeing. A girl named Rika-chan said with a smile as she clung to my arm. Oh, yeah. I heard that this village is surrounded by a precious nature reserve, so I very much wanted to record it with my camera. Even though I look like this, I really like to take pictures. Tomitake, Mark 2. Huh? Tomitake? Huh? Makino, is it okay if I come along too? I couldn't. You could come along, Rika-chama, but there's nothing interesting to see. You should go play near the shrine or something. Meep. A distinctively displeased expression creeped across Rika-chan's face. Being able to show one's emotions honestly on their face was a privilege young children had. If it's not too much of a problem, could you bring the child along with us? When I said those helpful words, another smile spread across Rika-chan's face, and another nipa as I clung to me again. Ah, not bad after all. I want this girl to call me Papa. No. Father. Dad. Daddy. This cinematic writing. Call me Daddy. Gomen nasai, Umfi-chan. Oh boy, another happy start. Can't wait to watch this get destroyed emotionally later. What could go wrong, right? Let me just lower the voice. Sorry. I even leaned away from the mic and everything. Oh yeah, I gotta turn that down, actually. I keep meaning to do that. Can you believe it? Like, it's still that loud? Like, my mic is at 1. It's at 1 out of, like, however high it goes. Like 100 or whatever. It's at 1. I can't turn it down anymore without turning it off. So I'll just have to turn it down in Streamlabs. Yo, why is Streamlabs acting up? I just saw that chat blew up again. Like, it went again. Alright, let me test this out. Oh! Okay, we're good. Alright, well at least it's lower now. At least it didn't like go red when I'm talking. Because I noticed it the other day. I was like, damn, can you hear my breathing? What the fuck? The mic just really wanted to hear you say daddy. I could be really yabai about it. If I wanted. I'll jump scare you with that later, maybe. Please don't. I'll jump scare you later. I'm working. Oh, is it like when you had, you're like, hey, I'm at work, I'm gonna put it up on the 4K projector, and then that's the moment I went, check it out, they modeled Rajang's butthole. And you're like, god damn it. Oh god. Anyway, what am I doing? Ever since I met this girl, I was completely off my game. Just calm down. Nothing I can do, I guess. Rika-chama never listens to even if I say no. Come on, happen. Come on now, Rika-chama too. The old man descended from the driver's seat and opened up the sliding door of the van, which had Onikakushi Alliance town console stenciled on the side. Rika-chan brushed me aside, dove into the seat, and began bouncing around right away. It seemed like she was thoroughly enjoying the bouncy springs. Come on now, Rika-chama, if you're gonna be like that, our guests can't sit down. People at my office still think I'm a weird person because of that good times. It was just a fun fact. Just tell them it's a fun fact from a video game. I'm sure they'll understand. You said that, but secretly you kind of want it, don't you? Yeah, he does. He wants me to bust out the... Yeah, bye, daddy. I could. We could get real close to the mic, ASMR style, and just... Yeah. Hey, Violor, here's my audition. Oh, I still can't get over that. I'm gonna just go ahead and mute. No. You'll never hear the story. You can't do that. I do like the image of like Violor being like, alright, we're opening up auditions. Alright, here's mine. So this is just 3 minutes of weird moaning noises? Uh-huh. Do I get the part? It's very say-so, mind you. I am say-so. Okay, anyway. Come on now, Rika-chama. If you're gonna be like that, the guests can't sit down. Hey, Rika-chama. Girls are nice. I wonder if my child would pray around like this too. No. It was written in the guide to raising a child that you shouldn't dote on them. The lure, here we come! Yes, sir! I wonder if they'll ever open up another, fucking, what's it called? Wave? Should have misspelled that. Ah, close enough. We know what you mean. Kids are kids if you don't raise them strictly without spoiling them. Damn, yeah. I wonder if they ever will open up another wave. A sheep can dream. It's soft. Oh, wait. Sorry. It's soft and springy. Nipa. Nipa. I'm definitely going to be a terrible father. It was decided that I would be doting a parent before my child is even born. Well then, sir, I'll show you around some places that I think will look nice. Have you eaten lunch yet? Yeah, I had a light meal at the hotel. Oh, that's so? Well then, let's get going. We're setting off on a tour of Hinamizawa. Yay! Is it alright if I call you Rika-chan? Sure. My name is Rika Furude. I can already do additions. 10 digit. Oh, is that true? Alright, you gonna go to the music store? Alright, good luck out there, Risu. That's amazing. Haha. I don't count it on my fingers. I can do it all in my head. The way she insisted upon doing it that way was just so cute. At some point, the nervousness I had been feeling alone in the enemy territory had evaporated, like it was never there at all. Someone send me a curse because I can get blessed up. Oh shit. Well then, let's get going. It's time for the Hinamizawa nature watching. The old man stepped on the gas with a great deal of gusto. Man, what a fun book. Oh, hey, remember there? That's where we almost died. Remember there? That's where Mion threatened our lives. Dancing sheep, let's go. Hell yeah. Oh, hey, remember that? That's where we almost fell to our death. Hi, Rika. Ah! Wow, I'd never seen that one shot of that road, though. Actually. Very good times, yeah, right? Man, what a fun little visual novel. I'm looking forward to all the fun times we're gonna have, right? I'm so excited to see the very for sure happy ending it will have. The old man, who was apparently named Makino, was he the same Makino that was listed as the auditor of the Onikakushi Defense Alliance? He showed me around to places that were all breathtaking. Even though I wasn't really here for sightseeing, I couldn't help but be impressed. First of all, this was so different from the simple scenery of the city. The scenery of the charming village like this, no matter how mundane it seemed to the villagers, had a tranquil appeal to it. At first, I was only releasing the shutter as part of my tourist act, but midway through I found myself taking pictures of pure interest. Tourist traps had their own unique allure to them, but there was nothing like that here. I was especially captivated by the unspoiled nature of the place. If there wasn't a whole uproar over the dam, I would want to bring Yuki here with me at some other time. I wanted her to breathe in the fresh air, as well as show her the rejuvenating verdant scenery. Is something like this that interesting? You're a strange person, Akasaka. Oh no, these cylindrical mailboxes are rare nowadays. They have a certain nostalgic air about them. You wouldn't happen to think they're elegant, would you? Is Hinamizawa fun? Yeah, it's fun. Once she's discharged from the hospital, I'd like to bring my wife here at least once. With the child that would be born at the time. Like Keiichi swimming under the bridge, Rika playing with red paint on her body, or the twins playing catch with the demons, yeah. Totally nothing bad ever happened. Exactly, bro. Nothing bad ever happens. Well, right now, she's in the hospital, waiting to give birth. She's due any day now. It'd be nice if she gave birth to a cute girl like you. Well, sir, it seems like congratulations will soon be in order. Still, that's no good. To leave your wife behind and play around in a place like this? I was momentarily at a loss for words. It was exactly how Makino said. There was no good reason for a man who was waiting for his wife to give birth to be playing around idly in a place like this. Did I slip up? Don't forget me on playing catch with a knife. That's one of my favorite games. I never won. Shit. It's true. Well, we had already planned this trip to go to Hinamizawa a long time ago. My wife's family is with her, so it's alright. If you planned this so far in advance, then how come you didn't make a sign-up deadline for the nature touring? If you did, you would have toured around the nice bus instead of being cramped up in here. It didn't seem like Makino was actually digging for anything. But if this conversation continued any longer, it could put some unexpected holes in my cover. I halted the conversation by pretending to take another picture. Okay, Muffin, what is this gif and what did I— oh boy. Well then, for our last stop, I'll take you to the place with the best view. So all that's happened so far this chapter is, we called Hinamizawa, asked them to go on a tour. They said, oh, the tour stopped happening a while ago. Why do you want to go on one? Like, are you a journalist or something? He goes, oh, no, I'm just a tourist who wanted to take some pictures. I hear you guys have a lot of cool nature. And he went, oh, for sure then. Just show up at this bus stop and I'll take you around then instead. And then, so we get there. And we get off the bus and everyone's staring at us like, holy shit, look at this fucking outsider, what a loser. And we're like, shit. So we wait at the bus stop for the guy, and that's where we run into Rika-chan. And Rika-chan starts talking to us about stuff and whatever. And so then this guy's taking us on a tour of Hinamizawa, and that's kind of where we are now. We're just on the tour. Rika-chan's being cute. This guy's getting maybe a little sus. We don't think he is, but it sure sounds like he's getting a little sus of us being a tourist. You missed a sheep dancing. It's true. We had a montage where he was taking him through Hinamizawa and I got to dance to the fun little music. The music's still going. It is. God damn. A very yabai sheep. Hey. I was just getting in character, you know? What are you talking about, Bluma? So say so. It's true. I'm say so because I say so. But yeah, you didn't miss anything crazy this time. Not yet, anyway. Surely nothing can go wrong. Surely nothing will go wrong. Well then, for our last stop, I'll take you to the place with the best view. It was slightly before evening. The sun was still burning brightly, but a cool breeze had begun to mix itself into the air. It seemed my exploration of Hinamizawa with Rika-chan was just about done. The place with the best view? Well, Rika-chama, where else could it be but the view from around the shrine? Hearing that, Rika-chan smiled even more. Well then, I'll introduce you to my home, Akasaka. Huh? By Rika-chan's home, you mean... Huh? The shrine. Furude Shrine. There's an observation platform. You can see really pretty scenery. Furude Shrine. The girl who called Furude Shrine her home, Rika. If I remember correctly, her full name was Rika Furude. And Furude was... That's right. One of the three families. Even if the Sonozaki family is said to hold all the actual power, it was still one of the old houses that held some authority. No, more importantly than that was, right now, Furude Shrine. If I remember correctly, Oishi had told me, within the grounds of the Furude Shrine, there were offices of the Onikakushi Defense Alliance. And since the land around Furude Shrine was private property, the police couldn't sit there heedlessly. Furude Shrine, where even Oishi couldn't simply set foot into. The main base of operations for the Onikakushi Defense Alliance. Copium's about to run out, bruh. I had been given the unexpected opportunity after enter there. I couldn't have asked for more. I'm looking forward... I'm looking forward to it. Please, if you would. Well then, let's get there quick. The weather seems to be getting a little iffy. The sky had suddenly become overcast. It wouldn't be odd if it started raining soon. The cicadas, as if trying to finish their daily allotment of chirps before evening, cried out even more fervently. Oh, the way it cut off like that. Looking up Dancing Sheep Girl GIF, or Dancing Sheep GIF, I found that there's a sheep girl in Art Nights. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. She cute? Of course she is. Sheep are always cute. The van stopped in the shrine's parking lot. Also parked there were numerous other vans with loudspeakers mounted on top of them to act as a makeshift propaganda vehicle. She also an idol. Ooh, hell yeah. On one side of each vehicle was scrawled, "The dam project must be demolished. Defend our homeland to the last. No Yashiro-sama's anger." Or a slogan of a similar kind. They gave the feeling that even without using loudspeakers, there was enough overwhelmed the onlookers. Vertical banners are erected in various places. The contents of those banners were similar. They were all objections against the dam or crude insults towards the government. Watching one of her streams recently, actually, oh, hell yeah, hell yeah. They proclaimed that without a doubt, this was the headquarters of the Onikakushi Defense Alliance. For Rika-chan, however, this hectic place was also her home. We've arrived. I'm home. Tadaima. Rika-chan crawled over my lap and exited the vehicle first. Makino had noticed that I was looking at protest banners. The shrine also offices the anti-dam movement. For you, this probably brings back memories of the anti-security treaty conflicts back in the day, huh? Student movements against the government policies. Movements that bordered the terrorist activity were at one time commonplace, if only in order to garner a global attention. Students holding out in lecture halls, brawling with the riot squads that charged in. It was an age where wasting one's youth like that was widely considered a road to glory. It was slightly before my time. This vampire sheep one? Oh, hell yeah. Oi. Scatter! No, get back here! God damn it. God damn it. Let me get a sip here. shit, I missed the cutest scatter. Smash that bottle on the ground, just scatter! Oh, I'm not really an activist or anything. I studied without incident and graduated without incident. I don't really agree with the violence or occupations they use to protest the government policies. I accept my fate. Just kneel down, accept execution. Oh, you have quite the nice opinion there. If you have an opinion on a policy, vote for the candidate who shares your view, or enters the political world yourself and assert your beliefs in a lawful manner. I volunteer. Oh my god. Kneels down, opens mouth. Oh boy. Oi, now who's being your boy? Oi. Oh, this is the foundation of democracy. I don't think that it's something you should challenge with violence. Oh shit, without violence, yeah. I feel that. Challenge democracy with violence doesn't seem like a bad idea sometimes. Not me, right? Yeah, never you, right? We're both say so, huh? Mm-hmm. For a youngin', you have some fine beliefs. I saw that feeling of respect reflected in Mikino's gaze. At that moment, something tugged at my sleeve. I have no idea what Akasaka is saying. Rika-chan, feeling like she was the only one who didn't understand the conversation, had a look of displeasure on her face. Could never be any matter, right? Never. It's often said It's often said that a father wants to spoil his daughter rotten. I think I understood that feeling very well. Sorry. It was a little bit hard for Rika-chan to understand, wasn't it? Japan's a peaceful country, so you have to argue your point in a peaceful manner. You shouldn't resort to violence, in other words. No matter how much I explained, a girl who was just boasting about being able to carry digits over when adding things probably wouldn't understand. It probably wasn't something to talk about in front of Rika-chan anyway. How can you put someone so innocent and pure with someone like... How can you put someone so innocent and pure with someone like... Oi! What the fuck? Oh, I missed the cutest scatter again. No! Oh shit. So then, Akasaka, how do you think we should keep our village from being flooded by the dam? Even if I regretted my killer's words, it was too late now. Here I was, at the main headquarters of an organization, telling them that their way of doing things was illegal. Preaching that violence was not the answer. A complicated feeling mixed in with itself the respect in Mikino's gaze. It was then I finally realized. It wasn't that simple. There wasn't a soul who could argue that I was saying wasn't incorrect. Using violence to get one's way with something was everybody knew shouldn't be proud of. However, right now, Hinamizawa was in a predicament that couldn't be overcome with peaceful means alone. The legality of the Hinamizawa Dam project, through the efforts of various propaganda campaigns enacted by Onikakushi-hen's Defense Alliance, was being called into question. If they further strengthened their campaign, they might be able to suspend or change the construction plans, but that was the most just a possibility. If the government proceeded with the construction as planned, it wouldn't be long before this place was at the bottom of a lake. If it wasn't for the unrestrained resistance of the residents of Hinamizawa, this place might already have been underwater. We can't live anywhere else other than here. We can't live in the city. The words of this remarkably young girl were all too accurate, carrying with them the screams and the hearts and the minds of the residents of Hinamizawa. Of course, there was nothing I could say to respond to it. I could only respond to Mikino and Rika-chan's heavy words with silence. I'm sorry. This isn't a problem that an outsider should lightly just poke their nose into, is it? I apologize. Mikino, unsure of how to reply for a while, could only laugh pointlessly. It's nothing that concerns guests to make their home somewhere else. If you enjoy it here, please tell your friends that Hinamizawa is a wonderful place, please. If word spreads to dozens, then hundreds of people, and that ridiculous plan to submerge this place at the foot of a dam will eventually fall apart. He followed that with a smile and said, please don't think much of it. Mikino, letting me not worry that much, really was a stroke of good fortune. becoming infatuated with the idea of making friends with a little girl who had made me completely forget my apprehension at being in enemy territory. Being reminded of this right before I was going to step into their headquarters, it might have been a good thing. If we'd had this exchange in the middle of the office, if there was a short-tempered youth in there, they might have come at me. Thinking of how extreme they were, in the worst case, my life would have been in danger. It seemed that I looked quite despondent at that moment. Makino, thinking I had said something wrong, became flustered, trying to think of a way to improve my mood. I was a bit careless just now. I'm very sorry. No, don't worry about it that much. The sights you showed me around the village were all beautiful, wonderful places. I really do want to come here one more time. It was a beautiful village, and it's going to be submerged at the bottom of the lake. I can understand why you're fighting so desperately. I had somehow managed to use my despondent look to change the topic into my favor. After a bit, Makino had returned to his usual high spirits. It seemed he believed I completely sympathized with his point of view. Now, let's leave that talk like that for now. There's a place around here with a really great view. Let's go, Akasaka. Rika-chan, seeming happy to be free from all the boring, gloomy adult talk, bounded up the stone steps. There was no real need to run, but in order to catch up with her, I also darted up those steps. There were several tents belonging to the town council erected on shrine grounds. Inside the tents were several folding tables and chairs, and a number of older town council members were livening things up with chit-chat. They weren't saying anything incendiary like, the damn project must be destroyed. It was just some relaxed idle chit-chat between the local geezers. The normal sort of a calming scenery. At the entrance of the shed that looked like a meeting place, there was a large sign erected, with Onikakushi Defense Alliance headquarters written in bold brushstrokes. That was their base of operations. To be honest, it was a bit of a letdown. If you ask what I've been imagining, this is a bit embarrassing, but I thought it would have been something much more dramatic. Idle what? Chit-chat. With barbed wire, fences, and barricades. My first impression of the place, though, was completely different from that. It looked like a simple backwater town hall. It didn't look like anything other than exactly that. The old folks who were chatting had noticed Rika-chan's presence. Well, if it isn't Rika-chama, it's time for little kids to head home. This is my home. The old folks scoffed since she wasn't wrong. From the exchange, I could tell that Rika Furude girl was loved by everybody. Mikino, who is that? The tourist who phoned? That's right. This is the mayor of Hinamizawa, Mayor Kimiyoshi. He smiled brightly, but there was no mistaking he would be scary if he got angry. By the looks of things, this old man was the president of the Onikakushi Defense Alliance, none other than Kiichiro Kimiyoshi himself. Welcome to Hinamizawa. What do you think? It's a quiet and relaxing place, isn't it? Yeah. I was able to appreciate a multitude of beautiful places throughout the whole day. I'm thankful for being granted this rare opportunity. Even though you're one of those youngins, you're quite the gentleman. Kiichiro, I want to show Akasaka a cool place. Thinking that the formalities between myself and the mayor had gone on for too long, Rika-chan butted into the conversation. For her to call the mayor by his first name, I felt it was a little strange, but none of the villagers seemed to mind. A girl of the Furude household, one of the 3 families. She was probably different than the average villager. Sorry, I had to call an ambulance. Yeah, I thought that's what it is. Shit, the cops see you. Whose heart had stopped from your cuteness again. Aww. Akasaka, over here! Rika-chan tugged on my sleeve. Not resisting, I allowed myself to be pulled over, and waiting for me was a magnificent view. This is amazing. It was an observation deck that looked down on the village. They, knowing that this was the best view in the entire village, kept quiet as I stood there, awestruck. I was holding a camera, but I'd completely forgotten to even glance through the viewfinder. This view, no matter what kind of film it was printed on, it wouldn't be able to show everything. If there was a way to explain it, it would only be what I would want to be able to find. It would only be what I would be able to put into words. Holy shit, I can't read. It was just such a breathtakingly spectacular view that I struggled to find a comparison. For a while, I was left awestruck. I could only stand there and wonder. A cool breeze helped abate my heat rushing through my body. That comfortable sensation also left me speechless. Rika-chan, who had been holding onto my sleeve the entire time, spoke. "This is my favorite spot." As she said that, she showed me another adorable smile. That smile seemed very fleeting. If you ask why, that was because the view from her favorite spot would eventually be submerged under deep green waters of a dam reservoir. I just can't believe that this village is going to end up at the bottom of a lake. I said it quietly so only Rika-chan could hear. I regretted it as soon as I said it, for those words were all too cruel. However, Rika-chan didn't let them cast a cloud on her expression. In fact, she replied with a smile. "It won't sink. The dam project will definitely go away." It was just like a little girl to say something like that. There were no biases for her saying so. It was just her wish. "Akasaka, do you think that this village will be submerged?" It's not that I want it to be. I knew how important the dam was. I knew that it was necessary. I just didn't want to recognize the sacrifices that would be made. I agreed with the project in general, but couldn't agree with some of the details. But if it meant that this girl's beloved scenery would be taken from her, I might be able to object to the dam. I might be able to ignore the interests of the nation, the development of Japan, all for the sake of one girl's smile. I'm not really much of a humanist, but how sentimental of me. "It won't be submerged, because the dam project will soon go away." Her words were just hopes and dreams. They seasoned with the hint of resolve, as if she was talking about an unchangingly predetermined outcome. As surely as the sun rising in the east. "It'll be gone soon?" Wanting to ask her why she believed that, I turned around. "Yes, it'll be gone." "What makes you say that?" "Well, you see..." She seemed to want to answer, but as though unable to find the right words, she swallowed back what she was about to say. "Regardless of what Akasaka does, the dam project will end this year. It's already been decided." That was a lie. If something like that had already been decided, then the onikakushi defense lines would have no reason to continue existing. From my point of view, it was likely they were doing nothing more than throwing themselves into an endless battle. If they knew the dam project was cancelled, it would be much better and more relaxed around here. This village, though, could hardly be called relaxed. For evidence of that, I just had to remember how charged the atmosphere was at the checkpoint, or at the bus stop. The villagers, with their misplaced resolve, were still fighting. And this girl, even knowing the villagers' grim resolve, had already declared their victory. The villagers throwing themselves into an endless war, and this optimistic girl who had said they already won. That contrast was somehow very strange. Why do you think that? If you know something that makes you that confident, could you tell me? Rika-chan stayed silent for a while, seemingly choosing what to say. "Because..." "Because?" She looked like she was lost on whether she could continue or not. As if she were troubled by whether it was okay for her to say it. That kind of expression. "It's already been decided. There's no other way to say it." "It's already been decided, huh?" It really is just a little girl to say something like that. I couldn't believe it was actually true. She was the only one saying such things with such confidence. My real mission, that I had forgotten about during the fun-filled day, resurfaced at the back of my mind. The kidnapping of the minister's grandson. Had the Onikakushi Defense Alliance kidnapped the minister's grandson and already succeeded in negotiating a cancellation of the dam project? Did Kimiyoshi actually already know that and was just playing dumb? Was what this girl had been really telling me? "Akasaka!" The girl called out my name suddenly. "What is it?" "Go back to Tokyo." "Huh?" I wasn't only surprised at that sudden command. Ever since I came to this village, I had never once mentioned I was from Tokyo. Based on my accent, she might have been able to guess where I was from. But What was I getting so worked up over? It was probably the sudden complete change of her demeanor. You should definitely go back to Tokyo. Right away. If not, you will woefully regret it. The girl had been holding my sleeve the entire time. She'd been tugging at my sleeve so hurriedly, dragging me over to show me this wonderful view. But this adorable Rika-chan, who I'd spent the entire day with, there was no way she could have been replaced with a doppelganger when I wasn't looking. She had been holding my sleeve the entire time, but somehow this girl was someone other than Rika-chan. She looked like Rika-chan, but she wasn't. She was some girl I'd never met before. The girl had told me in a different voice that I would eventually regret coming to this village from the bottom of my heart. That would be an incredibly pathetic thing to see. So I thought I'd warn you right now. Why would I come to regret it? Stop whining. I couldn't believe what I was hearing from such cold words from this Rika-chan's mouth. I just couldn't believe it. Was somebody impersonating her? Using ventriloquism or something? Thinking that I wanted to take a look around, but this girl's gaze had me pinned down, making me unable to move. When you tried crossing the road, when the don't walk sign was up, did your parents finish explaining why it was so dangerous before pulling you back to the sidewalk? They'd pull you back right away, wouldn't they? They'd pull you back before explaining why it was so dangerous, wouldn't they? In other words, it's something like that. The girl I'd spent time with, Rika Furude, would not speak like that. She would speak with cuteness befitting her age, with brief childish remarks, expressing her emotions honestly. She definitely wouldn't speak in such a pointed word. I've warned you. Don't get the wrong idea. It's not like I'm saying this because I hate you. You don't need to tell somebody who's better off dead that they're in danger. Who are you? You're not Rika-chan. As soon as I accused her of not being Rika-chan, she let out a strange, quiet giggle. It was a laugh not befitting a child of her age. It was like she was possessed by something. Her change was just total and complete. Was Rika-chan being attacked by some terrifying phenomenon? That occult Dia came to mind without any sort of hesitation. Rika-chan was acting strange. Somebody, help! Thinking that I'd yelled at, I turned to where the mayor was. I immediately realized he was looking at us with a smile. That's right. To him, it looked like nothing more than me and Rika-chan fooling around. He didn't notice that there was something terrifying happening to her. Akasaka is such a coward. The girl had obviously grasped that I was afraid. Noticing that and calling me a coward, she laughed again. The cackling girl, approaching me in a strange manner while still laughing, lost her balance and fell flat on her face. Oh shit, here we go again. Yes, sir. Back after disappearing to get gas. Oh, hell yeah. Welcome back, Jose. Welcome back. Ooh, that music. Yeah. We got intense. Akasaka comparing her to an angel. Thinking. Oh, hello, Puffkins. Hello. Welcome in. Is it demons or devils that are fallen angels? Demons are allegedly fallen angels. Yes, sir. Rika-chan fell down. If it was just a while before, I would have extended a hand to help her up without hesitation. But now, extending a hand to this ominous girl who looked like Rika-chan but wasn't required a bit more courage than I had at that moment. Meep. The girl cried out thus. She then squirmed upright and dusted herself off. Afterwards, she looked around restlessly as a blank expression crept across her face. You've got to be kidding me. Was she making fun of me? That way of acting. It was as though she was being possessed by something. She had lost her memories of what had happened. You're joking, right? Rika-chan? I don't know if Rika-chan had heard me or not. She just cried out like that, as if questioning herself. Hey, mister. Rika-chama too. Tea's ready. There's some snacks too, so please come have some. An old lady wearing a smock was waving energetically from the entrance of the office. Hearing that there were snacks, Rika-chan's expression changed. Yay! A carefree smile. That was a familiar smile, the one that belonged to the embodiment of my ideal daughter. Any hint of creepy girl that was just here, spouting sinister words, had vanished. Come on, Rika-chama. Wash your hands first. There aren't any Maju here with dirty hands. I'll wash them really good. Me. Rika-chan responded with vigor, running off to the washing station that was alongside the office. She stopped halfway, turning around to call to me. If Akasaka doesn't hurry up, I'll eat his share of the Maju too. They're steaming fresh. People who don't wash their hands aren't allowed to eat any manju. No matter how you looked at it, this was Rika-chan. Those words and the way she said them, no matter how you heard them, they were definitely Rika-chan's. Come on now, mister. You're the adult here, so show her how it's done. The old lady urged me to wash my hands. Without any resistance, I lined up beside Rika-chan at the wash station. Splish splash. I stared at Rika-chan, intent on washing her hands properly, like she probably learned at school. Did I do something wrong? Huh? By wrong, you mean... how I'm washing my hands. I only got 4 gold stickers for it. I'm probably bad at washing my hands. You're not doing anything wrong. If you're washing them that carefully, there's more than enough. But it's not, Akasaka. If you don't use a brush to clean out the dirt underneath your fingernails, you won't get a gold sticker. Rika-chan, you're very diligent. That's something to be proud of. I was praised by Akasaka. No matter how you looked at it, it was Rika-chan. There was no trace of that girl from before. Exactly what was the sinister girl? Rika-chan, what was the meaning of what just happened now? Just now, you told me to go back to Tokyo, didn't you? Did I say that? I was at a loss for words. She didn't remember what that girl just now had said. Like, I would ever believe something as occult as that could happen. Like I would ever believe that Rika-chan could be possessed by a strange girl and say those creepy things. Rika-chan, you definitely said that. Yeah. Her expression told me that, despite my saying so, she had no idea. She wasn't playing dumb, she actually didn't know. Exactly what was that just now? Just as Rika-chan had, I let a look of confusion creep across my face. The two of us, both looking like we had no idea what was going on, must have certainly been a humorous sight to behold. While partaking in tea and snacks, I was shown to a propaganda field shot by the Defense Alliance that highlighted the resistant efforts. LOL, that's the first person to actually call it some sudden weird tonal shift, right? Rika really gaslighting this dude? Yeah. Dissociative identity disorder? Ooh, I like it. I like it. That's a cool guess. I like it. Rika, the first gatekeep gaslight girl. Fucking for real. No, fucking Rika gaslighting this guy is so funny. Older folks talked passionately about how long the grueling the fight the dam was, but they fell on deaf ears. I was transfixed by Rika-chan, who had heard these stories countless times before and was nodding off. Eventually, Rika-chan noticed that I was staring at her and smiled as she rubbed her eyes. That smile was Rika-chan's after all. There was no hint of that sinister shadow. After that, my unreasonable fear of Rika-chan lessened with the passing of time. But I could by no means forget what had happened. It eventually grew dark. The mayor said that they had prepared dinner, but I said I would come again tomorrow, and I took my leave. I had to return to the hotel and file my regular report with the section chief. I see. Well then, please come again tomorrow. If you phone, we'll send somebody to pick you up right away. I appreciate the hospitality. I'll probably come again and enjoy myself tomorrow. Yes, please do. It seems that Rika-chama has taken a pretty big liking to you. Akasaka, are you coming again tomorrow? I finish after 5th period, so if you come at around 3 o'clock, it would make me really happy. Please come again. That pure smile urged me to do so. There wasn't a trace of that evil aura. Depending on what happened next, all that might end up was nothing other than a hallucination. Thinking about it logically, if the daughter of the Furude household, one of the 3 families, had taken a liking to me, then this was a strong foothold for my investigation from here on out. It was like a free ticket for a reason to visit Hinamizawa. If only I could treat that little incident as a figment of my imagination. Then having this girl who was the embodiment of my ideal daughter grow so attached to me, well, it wasn't bad either. I had successfully dove into the belly of the Onikakushi defense lines, and had the mayor as well as the important member of the alliance welcome me with open arms. This was a great turn of events. However, I still felt uneasy. Getting back to the hotel, I forced down an almost painfully cold beer until I could clear my mind. The shock from that incomprehensibly strange incident continued to torment me. Oh shit, really? Is that it? That's a short chapter. Guess it is. That's it. Alright. How we feeling? For real though, yeah. Just over an hour. Oh my god. That was fast. It was really fast. It's good. Good chapter. Good. Good, good, good. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. How we feeling? So now I mean, I guess you probably picked up on it before, but that's why I'm like trying to do the voices so bad so you know when shit like that's gonna happen. Even if you're just lurking and just listening, I'm trying to do different voices specifically for fucking moments like that. Where it's Rika-chan. But it's not Rika-chan. It's like this Rika-chan. You know? Think about keeping on? Not tonight. I'm actually busy working on stuff. I'm trying to get together for the True King lore stream. I have a lot of art I need to work on still. So I've been trucking along on that all day. Plus for these, I really like keeping it a chapter a stream, just for anyone watching it in the future. I like it, like, as personally, I like keeping it like that. But any other night, had it been this short, we would have kept going. But not tonight. You're really good at it? Thank you! I try really hard. It's interesting from gathering. Hell yeah. Good, 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 good. That shift in tone really turns quickly, right? And I go back and watch the VODs since you missed it. Oh god, no. True King lore stream. That's fair, that's fair. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. I'm sorry, yeah. But at least we got our, like, Monday night book club. Short chapter. Good shit. Easy to digest this time. I indicated if the other books had indicated what happened with the dam, but I'm starting to think it could use an explosive or two. Fudgy, fudgy, fudgy. This chapter had surprising little oi. And to answer your question, Mango, in the other books, when the other books take place like a couple years after the dam thing goes under, the thing that stops it is that the dam foreman gets murdered by a group of thugs from Hinamizawa. And in that, they never find the whole body. They couldn't find his arm, is what they said, from the murder. All the suspects that were the murderers turned themselves in, except for one. And that one guy is still missing to the day until Keiichi comes. Like, that's like what happened. Like, they kind of stop the dam construction after that murder takes place of the dam foreman. So this arc is his and all. Oi. Let's not bring that energy in here. Oi. Oh, damn. Yeah. It's like the very first book. There's a good chunk of, like, I think it's the second chapter where Keiichi's like, yeah, I'll go with Reina to to the junkyard. She wants to dig for treasure. Reina's like, alright, I'll be right back. And then Keiichi sits there, and like as he's sitting down, he like starts to try and dig through the trash, but he like can't get through it because Reina went to go get an axe to cut through some of the debris. He like sits down, he puts his hand on some magazines, and he starts reading them, and that's when he learns about the murder. He reads all that stuff that I just explained in that magazine, and then when Reina gets back, he's like, hey, did you know about this? And Reina's like, shut up, don't talk about that. What do you mean? I know nothing. You don't know anything either, okay? And he's like, wow, that's sussy. And that's kind of when his paranoia starts in the first book. But yeah. I mean, Rika is right. The dam does not get built, as we see in the other books. We are there after it's supposed to be built, and they just cancel it. So, you know, on luck. But yeah. I'm not sure when we're streaming next. I don't know if we'll stream tomorrow or not. I still gotta look at my schedule and figure some things out. If you are in my Discord, the Lamb Chop Lair, please vote in that poll. Cam really wants to know. He's not here, so I can say it. He really wants to know if he would be okay being on the Elden Ring stream. He really wants... What he wanted, though, was to just have a time where he and Mango would just yell at each other. What a good Discord server it is. Please join the Discord. Anyway. Cam and Mango with Thrones, yeah. It's so weird how deep their rivalry goes. Because Mango sits with me on, like, pretty much every Elden Ring stream I've done ever. He's just like, why aren't I sitting on stream? I'm like, because you didn't want to, right? And he's like, well, I'll be on stream if Mango's on stream just so I can yell at him. I don't yell. I need to raise my voice to put down that scum. But anyway. Yeah, Cam just wanted me to put that poll out there. So if you're in there, go ahead, throw a vote in there. It'll make him feel better. I don't know if he actually will or not, though. He really is super camera shy. I'm not sure why he asked to be on stream again. But anyway, Lamb Chops, I hope you enjoyed this chapter. I don't know if we're streaming tomorrow or Friday. Will they kiss? They might. They just might. If we do stream tomorrow, I have no idea what we're doing. That's what rivals are. It's true. I don't really need to raise my voice to take out the trash. Same energy, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to try and get True King art done so we can do that stream sooner than later, because I would really like to as well. Thank you for stream. Yeah, thank you for coming, Jose, and thank everybody for coming, actually, too, you know? And if you're just lurking, I appreciate you. Always appreciate a lurk, or a comment, or anything. I really appreciate you guys. Okay? Alright. Yeah, I'll put up the waiting room for whenever we, decide when we're streaming again. A banger stream as always. Thank you. Thank you. Yep, thank you, Poffins. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Or good luck ordering that lore for the True King stream. Yes, thank you. I will need it. Alright, guys. You have a good night, good evening, and goodbye. Bye-bye.